Ukrainians may be at war, but they are resilient. These teachers are at a two-day education festival in the western Ukrainian city of Lviv. Thousands of educators gathered from across the country to reimagine education, united in their determination to improve teaching. But the conflict is never far away. A minute's silence to remember the victims of the Kremlin's aggression.
For the fourth year of the full-scale war, you have not only been teaching students, but also giving them a part of your soul, inspiring and motivating them. You are making a great contribution to the future of the state.
Changing teaching practices in towns and cities across Ukraine is at the heart of reform efforts dubbed the New Ukrainian School. Since the fall of the pro-Russian President Viktor Yanukovych in the 2014 revolution, there's been a push away from Soviet-era style schooling to a more modern, student-focused model, aligned with practices common in many European systems.
What I see as the biggest challenge in our reform is teacher transformation. How to support teachers, how to recognize their work, because when we expect a lot from teachers, we should give them something.
The needs of students have helped shape Ukraine's educational vision. These students spoke about the differences between their old education system and the new one being developed.
Teachers were really grades-based, and there were really no room for creativity. I don't know. We were more like, you need to take the test, you need to complete the project. But you know what? I think we're doing much better. Even my school, Energodair is occupied now, but they work online. They are doing much better. They are more interactive, even though it's online.
The OECD is working to support Ukraine's reform, recovery and reconstruction programs. For education, the OECD is partnering 30 Ukrainian high schools with international schools in a pilot program. The idea is for schools in places like Sweden and Germany to share practical insights to help inspire Ukrainian teachers.
They like learning. They enjoy learning.
Alexandra is a head teacher at Zalishka State Gymnasium in western Ukraine, which is partnered with a school in the UK. Ukrainian students meet online with English students to discuss issues like history and language.
They have just group work with our English partners, and then they not only present their information, but they also want to ask some questions and just to know more about the history of each country, to know about lifestyle.
The recent history of Ukraine has impacted so many lives with the lasting consequences. These men bear the deep physical and mental scars of fighting on the front line. They're now being treated at this clinic in Lviv, which specialises in prosthetics and rehabilitating amputees.
I don't separate the battle on the front lines from the battle for human consciousness through educational reform. For me, they are one and the same. Military victory is impossible without fundamentally transforming our education system. We must break free from authoritarian models of interaction between principal and teacher, teacher and student, rector and professor.
Ukraine's efforts to transform its education system will continue, but so too is Russia's military aggression. The horrors of Putin's war overshadow much of life here and cast doubts over the future. For young people in Ukraine, they hope to someday call this present their past. The schooling they're receiving now is preparing them as best it can. Duncan Crawford for the OECD in Lviv.